Hi guys, I'm here today to briefly talk about my time over the past 100 days. If you want a more detailed look, please head over to my Instagram at Ways to Learn for all posts in this video and more. As the title suggests, I did this project on left-hand writing. First, I know this activity on Skillshare when it's about 1 month before the official #the100day project begins. The link for the official website is down below if you're interested. For the reason I chose left-hand writing as the challenge, to be short, I've always wanted to do so, and it's something small enough and don't require any knowledge beforehand. I'll take you through the decision process of mine of the project. If you're having trouble deciding what to do, this might help. First, this should be something I can do every day. Not I want to do, but able to. So it should be portable, little to no equipment needed, and most importantly, not too time-consuming. Second, it should have various ways to do it. By this, I mean the ability to change. I don't have to know it at the beginning, but it should be flexible enough in order to be different. Lastly, this should not cost me money. If the project requires something more than what I've owned, then that's not considered. When at the final stage of choosing a project, another consideration is puzzling. For those who had done puzzles before probably knew, a puzzle with 1,000 pieces or more, there's definitely places where it's been too difficult and slows down. Plus, puzzling isn't really a skill that I want to improve, as the improvements can be invincible, and I need that to be my motivation. Last but not least, it would be hard for me to record my progress throughout, and there's no way of changing the way I puzzle, so this one is out. Let's talk about my thoughts going through the project. Not sure when did I start to want to be a lefty, or to be more accurate, a double-handed, but definitely years ago. There's no desperate needs for me to become one, so throughout the years I've just practiced a little here and there. From the beginning of this video, I printed out lyrics with guidelines on paper with pretty big words and simply traced them. I spent a lot of time on it in the beginning, as can be expected, sometimes over an hour per practice. As the day went on, I became busier, so the practice time decreased to under 20 minutes, and sometimes less. Using this method is somewhat a waste of paper, I know, and I've tried doing so digitally at front, but it just didn't work. I tried it again when it's halfway through the project, about 50 days, and it worked this time. So that means I wasn't advanced enough to do so then. I was using a website to generate the lyrics for those that had guidelines, and I soon found out that I can simply use Microsoft Word to do it and save some paper, since the guide took some more spaces. I chose a font that I liked, easier to trace, and put it in gray, then print it out. On day 38 is when I first started to use photo editor to make my Instagram posts. I don't really know how to make it look aesthetic, so most of the time templates are my only choice. But as I use it more often, it became more natural, even though it did take a bit more time than only posting plain pictures. I tried very hard not to make them repeat, and fortunately, there are just that many templates for me to choose. At this point, you might be wondering, did you just write lyrics to practice? And the answer for now is yes. I knew at the very beginning of the video, I said that one of the decision processes is whether the thing had various ways to do it. And yes, this did have different ways to do it. But besides writing on paper or digitally, with guidelines or without, I can't think of more. I kept exploring the options of what to write, but can't really find a satisfied answer. The things I found were either practice sheets for kids, calligraphy for brush pens, or even pure writing prompts, which is not what I needed. For pictures you saw rounding by an iPad-like frame, those are the ones I wrote digitally. I found that it's better to stick to one method at a time, don't run between the two. Like digital writing, I'm able to write at bigger sizes due to the zoom function. It is so much easier to write neat without holding the pen real tight. When I went back to paper, I got a few days of hard time adjusting the size of writing and my extremely sore hand. After day 79 is when things finally got changed. It is a 5-day holiday then. Me and my family were leaving to visit our families elsewhere, and I knew I won't have access to tables 90% of the time, so a change is desperate. Learning how to use Procreate and draw is one of my June to-dos, and I'm just super tired of finding songs and printing lyrics. I start from tracing some simple icons. It took more time, but I'm able to do it here and there, and even one at a time. This is my first ever experience with digital drawing, and it felt great, especially when drawing straight lines and circles. It perfectly fixed the not straight or not even lines and circles, which looks satisfied to me. For the last week of this project, I went on something more off-topic, challenging, and even more time-consuming: animation. This is not my intention at first. As I started to find more icons to trace, I also found some easy, and more importantly, cute faces. After tracing one of them partially, I thought of a video I've watched talking about how to use Procreate to make tiny animations, and so I went on. Thanks for watching, and hope my sharing is useful or at least didn't waste your time here. Bye!